Apothecary's Dream in 10 episodes. Episode 1, The Empty Pulse. The Yeafang stank of dying herbs. Not rot, worse. The absence of rot. Like a corpse that forgot how to decay. Healer Lin pressed 2 fingers to May's wrist. Her pulse wasn't thready. It was hollow, like a bamboo tube with the ghost still inside, tapping once, then nothing again. Zulao, the old texts called it wasting disease, but Lin had seen wasting. This was unweaving. Each night May was less. Her hair came out without roots. Her tongue turned the color of paper that had never been written on. On Ghost Festival, the lanterns outside went out one by one as he held her. She turned her head. Her breath didn't fog the air anymore. "Don't go looking for my cure," she said. Her voice was a draft under a door. The mountain doesn't give. It trades, and it always takes more. Lin smiled with his mouth, not his eyes. He was already packing his father's soul bell. The bell was brass, but the clapper was a human finger bone. His father said it rang louder for the dead. He took 1 packet from the drawer, marked Rainshin. The drawer screamed when it opened. It had been empty for 40 years. He kissed May's cold forehead. Shen Nong tasted poison for strangers. "I'll eat gods for you." He locked the Yeafang from the outside. Inside, May's shadow sat up after he left. It didn't lie back down. Episode 2, The Riddle of Bai Ze. The bamboo sea didn't have wind. It had inhaling. The stalks bent inward when Lin walked, like the forest was sniffing him. Bai Ze came without sound. 6 eyes, blinking in sequence. 9 horns, each carved with a name Lin didn't know but recognized. His mother's name was there. So was May's. The beast circled. Its hooves didn't break the dirt. They unbroke it, footprints filling in as soon as they formed. "You want the black-boned phoenix," Bai Ze said. Its mouth didn't move. The words grew out of the bamboo, like mold. "Answer, or I will drink your name and feed it to the bamboo. You will live, but no one will remember who you left behind." Bai Ze's riddle. "I am born in darkness, but I die in light. I am fed by tears, but I starve on laughter. Physicians fear me, yet cannot live without me. What am I?" The bamboo creaked. It sounded like May, trying to laugh and failing. Lin's hands shook. "Grief," he said. "You are grief. You are born when we lose. Doctors fear you because you remind us we are not gods. We cannot cure you, only carry you or be carried." Bai Ze opened all 6 eyes at once. It wept. The tear was a pearl that hit the dirt and hatched. The silky came out. Not born, unfolded, white feathers. But if you looked too long, you saw they were moving. Each one a tiny mouth, breathing. Its skin was black, not feather black, bruise black, drowned black. Its eyes were human. It walked to Lin and pecked his shadow. His shadow flinched. "She eats night," Bai Ze said. Feed her respect, or she will eat yours. The bamboo exhaled. Lin's name was still his. For now, Episode 3, Shen Nong's question. Changbai Mountain was not cold. It was anti-heat. It didn't freeze you. It explained to your blood why being liquid was a mistake. Shen Nong's ghost farmed in a valley where the mist had teeth. His stomach was transparent. Inside, Lin could see 100 herbs fighting. A centipede was eating a mushroom that was eating the centipede. Shen Nong held up a ginseng. It had a face, not carved, groaned. Its eyes were closed. Its mouth was a slit. The root is shaped like a man, Shen Nong said. So I ask you, Apothecary, which man do you uproot? Shen Nong's riddle. I am not alive, yet I grow. I am not dead, yet I am cut. I hold a man's shape, but no man's soul. If you take me, you are a killer. If you leave me, you are a widower. Choose. The ginseng's eyes opened. They were Lin's eyes. Lin's tongue stuck to his teeth. If the root begs, I walk away. If the root is silent, I am a murderer either way. So I choose to be a murderer who asks forgiveness, not a widower who pretends he's clean. Shen Nong nodded. The ginseng pushed itself from the earth. It landed in Lin's palms, warm as a child. Its mouth moved. Thank you, it said, for asking. Most just take. Lin wrapped it in talisman paper. The paper screamed, then went quiet. The ginseng's face smoothed out into bark, but Lin could feel a heartbeat in it. Or maybe it was his. Episode 4, The Blood Orchard of the Jiao Ren. You don't swim to the Jiao Ren. You drown, and they decide if you land. The water was black and warm, like inside a body. The Jiao Queen had a tail made of drowned wedding dresses. Her teeth were pearls. Her eyes were the last thing sailors saw. Your wife is half across the river, she gurgled. Bubbles came out as words. To buy her a day, give me a day. But I don't want your future. I want your past. The Jiao Queen's riddle. I am spent and never returned. I am given and yet kept. The more you share me, the less you have. Kings trade kingdoms for me. Beggars die with me untouched. What am I? Lin thought of every hour he'd held May instead of studying. Every hour he'd studied instead of holding May. Time, he said, and I don't have any to give. So take this instead. He drew his knife, sliced his palm, bled into the roots of the date tree. The bark drank. It slurped. 20 dates Hong Zhao fell. Each one was wet. Each one was shaped like a tiny, clenched heart. The queen caught his blood in a pearl, the size of a skull. A fair trade, she smiled. But blood remembers, and it always comes home. The bandage Lin made was talisman paper. The word debt bled through backward. It looked like home if you weren't careful. Episode 5, The River of Hungry Ghosts. Nai He Bridge was made of spine. You could feel the vertebrae under your feet. The ghosts below were not whole. A child was just a mouth and hands. A woman was only hair. They reached. The child ghost had Lin's eyes. Feather, it said. Mother coughs. Mother is on the other side. Feather, please. Lin looked at the Silky. The Silky looked at him. It nodded. One feather fell. Not plucked. Offered. The feather was warm. It wriggled. He gave the child one red date. The date wept red juice. The child ghost ate it. Its mouth grew a face around it. The face was maize. At 8 years old. Thank you, Father, the ghost said. Lin ran. The Silky followed. It was not walking anymore. It was hopping. Just a little. Just once. The ghosts waved. They were not waving goodbye. Episode 6. The cooking, the sovereign tonic. Midnight. The Yaofeng smelled like Mei used to. Before, she was a skeleton in a wedding dress. But she smiled when he came in. You're wet, she said. Did you swim? Lin did not answer. He took his father's clay pot. It had a hairline crack, shaped like a man in pain. He'd never used it. His father said it was only for dishes that cost more than they feed. Black Chicken Ginseng Soup, the recipe that costs a man. Ingredients, the debts. One Silky, its eyes are still human. It watches him. It knows. 30 grams white ginseng. The face in the bark is screaming now. Only Lin can hear it. 20 red dates, still wet with his blood. They pulse. 1/2 cup goji berries. They look like eyeballs. They roll to face him when he isn't looking. 20 dried longan, dragon eyes. They are all pupil. 1 aged tangerine peel. It smells like his mother's funeral. 5 slices ginger. Cut them and they bleed a little. 2 liters water. He takes it from the basin he used to wash Mei's body. He hadn't emptied it. Salt from the tears, Bai Ze wept. He kept the pearl, crushed it. Method, the last prescription. Blanch the sin. He put the Silky in cold water. The water turned black immediately. He brought it to a boil. The Silky did not struggle. It sang, a lullaby Mei used to hum. He poured the water out. The sink gurgled. The sound was thank you. The assembly, chicken. Ginseng, the face was gone now, just root. Dates, they bled when they hit the pot. Goji, they floated, then sank, then floated again like they were breathing. Longan, chenpai, ginger. He poured in the water from Mei's basin. The water had a skin on it. He broke it. The simmer, boil, then murder the flame until it's just a whisper. Cover. The lid rattled. Not from steam, from inside. He put his father's soul bell on top to keep it shut. The bell rang once, then chewed on the sound. The tending. Every 30 minutes he skimmed. The scum was white. It formed faces. They mouthed home. He fed them back to the pot. Waste not. At hour 3, Mei sat up in bed. She didn't open her eyes. She sniffed, smiled. Is it ready? She asked the ceiling. The finish, hour 4. He added salt. The soup hissed. Like a cat, like a secret. He strained it. The broth was not gold. It was red gold, like sunset through blood. He carried it to her. His hands were steady. His shadow was not. His shadow was already hopping. Episode 7. The tasting that was a lie. Drink, he said. His voice was not his. It was the bamboo sea, the mountain, the ocean. She drank. Her throat was a ruin, but it worked. Color flooded her. Not pink, red, like the dates, like the pearl. She laughed. The sound was a bell, his father's bell. You taste like you never left, she said, like you're inside me. Her pulse was back. It was his pulse. He could feel it in his own wrist, slowing down. They slept. Her breath on his neck was warm. Too warm. Wet warm. The silky stood in the corner. It was not hopping. It was counting. With its eyes. Episode 8. The cold floor. May woke. The stove was dead. The pot was whole, but empty. Not empty of soup. Empty of having ever been used. The dust on it was undisturbed. Lin was beside her. Cold. His left wrist was a smile. The brass scale had tipped. In it, 20 red dates. Dry, unbolt. The silky was in the corner. Alive. Feathers clean. It tilted its head. You're late, it seemed to say. The ginseng was on the table, still wrapped. The paper was not screamed through. The knife was clean. He never cooked it. He died on the bridge. The ghosts he fed took more than a feather. They took him. The man who came home was a memory that hadn't been told it was dead yet. And the blood in her mouth, it was his. He'd cut his wrist before he left the pearl of blood for her. If I don't make it, drink this. It's me. I'm still with you. She had, in her sleep, in her dying. Episode 9, the hunger. She stood. Her knees didn't bend. They unlocked. Her arms rose. Straight. Fingers hooked. The hunger was not in her stomach. It was in her bones. A hollow, ringing hunger. The hunger of the river ghosts. The hunger of a debt unpaid. She needed Kai. Breath. The taste she remembered from the dream. The soup. It wasn't soup. It was him. And now she wanted more. Outside, a dog barked. The sound was a bell. Her head snapped toward it. Food. The silky hopped. Once, twice. It was teaching her. The drawer labeled jiangshi shot open. A yellow talisman floated out. Blank. It fluttered to the floor and landed face up. In the dust on the floor, a word wrote itself. Home. Then it changed to debt. Episode 10. The blank fulu. The village found Lin 3 days later. He was smiling, exsanguinated. In his hand, the recipe. The ink was still wet. The paper was dry. That was impossible. For May, Sulao, simmer 4 hours. Add salt last. May she taste it and live. They never found May. They found hopping prints in the dust. They led to the bamboo sea, then stopped, as if she'd learned to jump higher. Old Master Shang from Longhu Mountain came. He saw the blank fulu, saw the untouched ginseng, saw the bandage on Lin's arm. He picked up the ginseng. It had a face again. It was Lin's face. Screaming, he paid for every ingredient, Zhang said to the village. Except the cook. He died before he could cook. So the mountain cooked him instead. What do we do? The headman asked. You leave rice out, Zhang said. And you don't eat the soup. Ever. Because she remembers the taste. And she's still hungry. He buried the ginseng with Lin, burned the blank fulu, wrote a new one. The Emperor of Heaven commands, stop. Your grief is seen. Your debt is eaten. Go home. He pasted it on the Yaofeng door. That night, something hopped up to the door, counted the rice, grain by grain, then left. Every ghost festival, the villagers leave out Black Chicken Ginseng Soup. The bowl is always empty by morning. The chicken is always untouched, because jiangshi don't eat meat. They drink breath, and in the bamboo sea, if you're quiet, you can hear a woman laughing. She says it's sweet. It tastes like you never left. And something hopping home.